Hey there, welcome back to Dakota News Now. It's time for another edition of Owning Your Outdoors. Joining me this morning, as always, Doug Schroeder from Lewis. And Doug, it looks like we have some pretty colorful plants here. What are we talking about?
Well, you do. It's summertime, and it's a great time to add that color to your landscape. There are certain plants that just start blooming right now with the heat, and will continue on through the fall.
So a good way to just liven up and just bring some color to your yards, to your landscape. Let's start down here. What's important about these plants? These plants like sun more, you say?
They're bright sun. They love full sun. Echinacea are commonly known as coneflower. They thrive in this area. They like well-drained soil, and they like about an inch of moisture a week. They do not like to be over wet. Let them dry out a little bit between waterings. But they will continue to bloom from now through fall. There are so many different heights and colors of coneflower. They can vary from 2 foot to 5 foot. You have your reds, pinks, yellows, just countless colors that you can get on these here. And if you love pollinators, butterflies, they draw a lot of butterflies to your garden.
And you said that these like to dry out, so mulching them would not necessarily be a good idea.
They're drought tolerant. You could use a little mulch around them if you want to water less, just to keep the moisture in the ground. But they are drought tolerant, and they're easy to maintain. Another nice thing about them is the heads of them are full of seeds, and if you like songbirds or finches and so forth, they love to eat the seeds from the coneflower.
Heading down the line, what do we need to know about the Miracle Grow?
Well, I just picked some fertilizers. We're going to talk about macrophylla hydrangeas. They're called big leaf, or they're called mop head hydrangeas. They're beautiful. They start blooming right about now. They'll bloom into fall. They grow great here. They love draining but high nutrient soil. So composting before you plant them is a great idea.
And these down here where you're talking about how they like sun, do these like more shade, I'm assuming?
The maximum sun they'll take a day is about 6 hours. I recommend if you have dappled light, they work well there. But usually morning sun and then afternoon shade. So because the day goes along, it heats up. So if you can get them in the shade in the afternoon and plant them in that type of location, they will just grow very well for you.
And prevent the leaves from wilting and the flowers from dying.
Correct. And they come in so many different shades. Probably the biggest seller that we've had in the last few years is called Summer Crush. It's a vibrant kind of crimson color. They're great for landscape or even a hedge, but you can also pot them. Now, as we always say, if you use it as a patio container, that becomes an annual, because you don't have them in the ground. But it does make a beautiful patio container, and would bloom throughout the whole summer for you.
That sounds good. We have some good advice from Doug here this morning. We're going to have all of this online at dakotanewsnow.com after the show. Doug, thank you so much. Fastcast is coming up next.